Hello viewer, my name is Trevor Rogers, and today I will be demonstrating my projectile motion function that I created for the class Programming for Engineering at Oregon Tech. So first let's look at the function, which I named for motion. Here's the basics of the program with the initial inputs that will call the function to run, and in this paragraph it tells you about your outputs. So let's take a look at the function. So once we open that bracket, we can see that we have our initial position, our velocity, and our angle for which we'll fire our projectile. So we'll use 0 as a initial position, a velocity of 50, and an angle of 45 degrees. So once we click enter, we can see here to the left that we get our maximum height, maximum distance, time of flight, and our x position at the maximum height. We get two graph outputs here. The graph here on the left basically shows the projectile at the same velocity at different angles from 0 to 90 with increments of 10 degrees. The next graph here is basically the actual path of the projectile that we fired, and I use a stem plot here. The stem plot is good for the fact that we can click on one of these and see what our height and our distance was at different positions along the graph. So next we'll take a look at the GUI I created, which I named Projectile Motion. So we'll open that up, and here we got our control screen. So we'll use a initial position of 0 again. This time for a velocity, we'll go with 50 again, and we'll fire it at about 20 degrees. So there we get our graph right away. Up here I've included some tools so that you can move the graph around if you need to get a better look at it, or zoom in on the actual graph here to see our peak perhaps. So we'll run this again at about 100 meters per second at an angle of 45, and we get another output graph. I find with this GUI I've created, for some reason, that at higher velocities we get a much smoother graph come out here. So as you can see, at 500 meters per second, 45 degrees, we get a nice wide graph open up. So that is basically my function and my GUI I've created. Thank you for watching.